back living in the San Francisco Bay Area. Today we are going to check out the wonderful neighborhood of Noe Valley in San Francisco. Noe Valley is home to people of all ages and walks of life. It is really popular, especially with people with kids, and I'm going to show you why and some of the best places to go out in Noe Valley. I'm Andrea West. I'm a Bay Area native and I've been a realtor since 2010. Whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, I would love to meet with you. My contact information is below. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. You can also book a Zoom meeting with me. My QR code is in my banner. All right, let's get going in Noe Valley. All right, we're kicking it off right now at 24th and Castro. That is this corner here. So Noe Valley is right over the hill from Castro, and it's right down the hill from Twin Peaks. So it's kind of this nice, right in the middle of a lot of things, and it's directly over from the Mission. It's right in the middle of the city, one of the more residential parts of the city. So the Animal Company Pet Supplies here right next to the UPS store. There are lots of pets and lots of kids in Noe Valley. There's kind of this, you've got bus lines that run down here. This is the 48. There's shuttle buses that come pick up, of course, if you work in tech or your company's got a shuttle bus that runs around the city. We are on 24th Street. This is the most active street here in Noe Valley. There's a lot of local businesses, as well as grocery options. There's a Whole Foods here we'll come check out. Tons of little restaurants, tons of little shops. That's the post office right across the street. A little park right here for the Valley Tavern. A little cute little like tavern-y pub bar here. Sports on TV. Across the street there's a yoga place, Yoga Flow. Lots of banks. We passed B of A back there. Here's Wells Fargo. Fiorella, a very popular restaurant in San Francisco. Great Italian food. There's always a line, and for good reason. Very popular with people of all ages, even kiddos. The fitness place across the street. Bakery looks like it's closed. It's a little bit later in the evening, so that makes sense. The nail place across the street. There's a little tea and herb spice place. Plump Jack Wines and Spirits, excellent wine selection if you need to go pick up some wine or mixers for the house. Plump Jack's great, good store for sure. Moe's, if you need a haircut over there, we've got Starbucks. We do still have lots of Starbucks in San Francisco, though there's tons of local coffee options that I think are great. So next to Starbucks, there's this place called Mama Hoo Hoo. It's like a rice noodle place here. The Lotus Methods, we've got more yoga type stuff here. And then next to that, Small Fries, cute little kids store. We've got lots of great little apparel and toy options in there. Atlas Health Center, so it's chiropractic. Bookshop here. Great, always support your local bookstore. Music studio and a salon. Got Whole Foods. Whole Foods moved in before the pandemic, but it is one of the newer Whole Foods in the city. There is parking, which is great, a huge advantage if you're going grocery shopping for sure. Skincare across the street. You'll see 24th is super fun. Lots of options here. Noe Bagel Place, Casa Mexicana, for Mexican, and then the dumpling place a couple doors down. The bus move. In between, we've got the Mesopotamia Kitchen. So lots of food options, as you can see. Another nail spot here. The day spa here, the Cocoon Day Spa. SF Fire Credit Union has a branch down here. We're now at 24th and Sanchez, so we're walking west. And La Boulangerie is right here. Again, more coffee and, cafe type stuff. There's also One Medical, that's a local doctor's office chain, like medical provider. Next to Haystack Pizza. Go get good Italian food. Lots of Italian food on 24th. As we continue on 24th, you can just see there's tons of people out. It's 6:15 on a weeknight. People are out eating, people are out doing things. It's a really lively neighborhood. Right here on 24th Street, we are looking at the Noe Valley Town Square, and you can see there's a very cute little playground in the back there and lots of seating over here so you can bring your food, have a nice little picnic. There's bathrooms. This is right here in the middle of 24th Street. Martha's has moved. I love Martha's. I'm gonna go to the corner. I might go get myself a cup of coffee or something. More frozen yogurt. Actually, that looks more like sorbet. It's just bananas. Sushi bar, Saru Sushi. Across the street, Billingsgate, looks like seafood. And then here's Martha's. There's a bunch of these all over the Bay Area, especially in the city. The highway on the corner. Urban Scout over here looks like a plant store. It's right next to the Dubliner, which is a pub. Another nail spot. You start to see more residential at the same level, at the street level. Before, there was definitely residential over commercial spaces. Here you start to see it sprinkled in a little bit more. So it definitely changes as we're getting closer to Church Street. So this corner we're coming up on is Church and Noe. This is where a lot of the public transit comes. There's a lot of buses that come here. And then there's one of the train lines runs up and down Church. And that'll actually get you in and out of over by like Mission Dolores Park and get you in and out of that area. So closer to the Mission and take you into the city and bring you out over here. So while there is no BART station in Noe Valley, there's a lot of connectivity and a lot of commuting line options, public transit, but you will notice a lot of people have a car in Noe Valley. The footprint of people in Noe Valley that tend to have kids or dogs or want a vehicle for other reasons is a little bit higher than some parts of the city, so a lot of people like to have parking. So it's great to be able to get around without a car, but a lot of people here do have a car, but you definitely do not need a car in Noe Valley. Mr. Digby's Bar and Restaurant. To be kid-friendly as well. Taekwondo place over there, great for the kiddos. Next to a bus stop, the cleaner over there, they do wash and fold, and you'll see the rug place right there. Clearance. And then this kind of, as we get a little bit further away from Church Street, this is really the end of the commercial part of 24th. And then it turns residential. Amazing community and neighborhood life. On the last Tuesday of every month, they have the night walk. On 24th Street, they have lots of local food vendors and music and activities for everybody. Plus, they're having a spring wine walk right now on April 10th. So they do tons of events throughout the year. Definitely check out Noe Valley if you have kids, if you have a dog, if you love local community and events. If you want a neighborhood that is maybe a little less close to downtown, a little more neighborhood feeling, Noe Valley is a great place to be. Plus the public transit, you can get around the city pretty easily. So just off of 14th, you'll notice there's lots of other restaurant options just kind of around and right across from some beautiful homes. So just to say, as we're driving around, as I mentioned, Noe Valley has got both hills and flatter streets. So depending on where you are, because you are technically in a valley, you're right below some hills, you can get some really big wind gusts and tunnels if you're in some of the streets that are more prone to that. Versus some of the flatter streets that are not as close to the hills, you're not going to get as much wind and gust. So it just really depends on where you are. The whole neighborhood is lovely. You can see we're coming up right here on Castro and Elizabeth Street. So if you were to go up the hill there, you would go to the famous Castro. You go over the hill and then you're closer to Market Street and going toward downtown San Francisco. Versus this way, you're heading up into Diamond Heights and Glen Park, going up the hill here. So this is 24th. We're passing right now. We're going to keep going up Castro just to kind of give you a map of what things look like. And you can see how windy it is. The wind does pick up at different times of the day. I have noticed it a little more prominently in the evening, but I'm not a weather person, so I couldn't really speak to exactly when it picks up every day. I think it really varies throughout the year. School right here, it's great, right in the middle of Noe Valley. If you take Clipper is going to take you up into Diamond Heights, and you're going up the hill for sure that way. And that's where things get a lot gustier as you head up the hills. Just driving around here, we're going to go see, just to show you, Noe Valley in terms of the architecture and the homes. There are definitely a mix of single family homes and condos throughout Noe Valley, and more condos in duplex, like 2 to 4 unit buildings. There are some that are, 4 to 8 units, but I really haven't seen very many that are bigger than that. And lots of single family homes. Noe Valley is very popular for single family homes. If you take Diamond up that way, you go up into Diamond Heights. So we're going to head back down into Noe Valley just this way. And just seeing this, again, this is the valley kind of in between the hill we're on and the hill ahead of us there. Good example of one of those duplexes there where you'd get one of 2 units. So you'd have a condo or a TIC there. And a lot of these homes are pretty walkable. Now, the further up the hill you get, maybe the bigger workout you're going to get going places, but it's not the biggest neighborhood. So walking to 24th Street, which is the main thoroughfare, is fairly doable for most homes in the neighborhood. We're going to head up to the top of Diamond, heading back toward the Castro, just to kind of give you a little bit of perspective that way. Beautiful homes, and a lot of the homes here are on the higher price end for San Francisco. This is one of the more sought after neighborhoods. It's gonna probably, most single family homes are $2 to $3 million, and up from there, depending on how big it is, how remodeled it is, if it has views, if you're up on the hill with views, or if you're in a really great location, it's super walkable. Yeah, most single family homes are going to be a couple million or more. You could get condos kind of around 1.5 starting mostly, and then going up from there. And definitely you can get some very nice condos in the 2 million plus range as well. I'll show you the different architecture. Now here we're at the top of the hill. We're out of Noe Valley now, so we're going to head back, but just to show you how things change as you head up over the hill. Because on the other side of the hill there is Castro, and down into Eureka Valley, and then closer to Dolores Park. All right, so just to show you, this is heading us back down Castro now, coming into Noe Valley, and you can just see the whole valley here ahead of us. This is the 24 Divisadero that brings you over the hill from over into Divisadero. That goes over into Pacific Heights. And then that'll come all the way down into Noe Valley, which is pretty cool. So it connects a lot of the city up on Divisadero. Divisadero, by the way, turns into Castro Street for people who do not know. So this connects all the way to Divisadero, that takes you out to Lombard, which goes to the Golden Gate Bridge. So it's one nice, long, big street. Thanks so much for joining me today on our tour of Noe Valley in San Francisco. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I'm Andrea West. I've been a realtor since 2010, and I'm a Bay Area native. So whether you're looking to move to this neighborhood or somewhere else in the Bay Area, I would love to meet with you. My contact information is below. You can give me a call, send me a text, or shoot me an email. You can also book a Zoom meeting with me. I have a QR code in my banner. I know Bay Area real estate from both sides of the bridge, and when we work together, your goals are my business. Till next time.